Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will make a earring exactly similar to this. I made this and I really like the way this turned out to be. It's so pretty. This is garnet actually. Um, so I don't remember which box I got this garnet from. I already made some with it. I think this is the leftover beads and I utilized all the beads in that strand. Um, so then I realized, okay. So exactly the strand that I utilized it completely, and it really turned out to be very pretty. You can try this too. There is a lot of different variations that you can do this. You can do with this earrings. So the basics will be the same. So in this earring, so for the ear wire, I have used 20 gauge, and for the frame, the U frame that I have created here, that I used 18 gauge. And then for wire wrapping the crystals around this frame, I have used 26 gauge. And for these two connectors, I have used 22 gauge. And then I have used a jump ring, as you guys can see, a small jump ring. That also I made with 18 gauge wire. Okay, so everything is handmade, nothing is store bought in this pattern. So you like this side or this side, it's up to you. However you want to wear this, you can do it. As you guys can see, I have here, so this is this side and this is the other side. So in the back side you will see the wire, the long wire here. So it's up to you how you want the earrings to look like. You can have that as your front. I want to do with this peach color crystal that we got in this month's bargain bead box subscription. So this is a 4 millimeter faceted gemstone, and for this I'm gonna use an antique copper color wire. So this is an antique copper 18 gauge wire, para wire. Then for the ear wire we can use the 20 gauge antique copper wire, same color. And then I also have a 26 gauge antique copper wire. The one thing I don't have is a 22 gauge, which I used in the top to wrap these two crystals. I'm thinking either I will use the 26 gauge or I can even use the 20 gauge, is what I'm thinking. Tools wise, I use this is from Bead Buddy. I think it's a bead alone thing, I don't know. So I have just marked this. Whomever I learned it from, she had this markings on her mandrel, so this way it's easier for us to remember which exactly the round that we make the U frame with. So it's easier to remember, so I also marked it with my permanent marker. It's not coming off, which is a great thing to have. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and find something around in the house or your um, thing that is very round, so that you can do the frame with that. So we need two rounds. For example, if I'm making this, so if I'm making it with this, so I use this one, and this one is slightly smaller than this one right next, right? So I can use these two. So that's how, or if I want to use this and this, see, it's slightly smaller, so I can use these two frames. So just like that, figure out something which is round shape and which size you want your stuff to be, your frame to be. So first of all, what we need is, you guys know how to make a ear wire. So I'll make an ear wire with 20 gauge already for you guys. That is done. So let's just make the frame, which is the important part in this. So you need about, say, um, 10 centimeters, I would say. There will be a little bit left, but that's okay. You always need some extra. So here we go. Straighten out your 18 gauge wire. Do not use 20 gauge. 18 gauge is nice and firm. Use that. If you can substitute in some case we can, but certain things it's better not to substitute this gauge that way. So 10 centimeter itself is a little bit too much. Maybe a 9 centimeter would do. Just, yeah, I think that's good enough. It's better to do both the earrings simultaneously rather than doing it one by one. But let me show you guys what I mean by it, and whether this 9 centimeter is okay or not. That itself is a little bit too much in my opinion. It's a lot. So maybe a 7 centimeter will do, or 8 centimeter, definitely not 9. So let's just cut about, say, 8 centimeter this time. Then save our wire. Now go ahead and take this and wrap it around the size 6. So any size you want, you can do it. You can do the biggest loop, the smallest loop, that's fine, totally. But I am trying to do this size, so I just go around it. It's about, say, crisscrossing. Oops, I just make sure it's around the 6. Okay, so I'll just straighten this out because we don't want any. So when you straighten it out, it's better to hold with your pliers and then do the straightening work. Okay, let's start from the beginning so that the wire is nice and straight. Wrap it around this number 6 and just when it crisscrosses, take it out. You have this shape, so make sure it's number 6. Okay, and okay, it's pretty much the same, I would say. So if you have a macrame board like this, or even a mat which is used for measuring, you can use it. So these cubes you can see, right? The 4 small cubes consist of the big cube, that is a 1-inch cube. So what you do is you just keep it right there, okay, and then take your Sharpie and mark it exactly where the 1 inch comes, right? So that's that. So okay, that point you're gonna cut. Use your pliers and snip this off. You have this. Okay, so 7 centimeters is what you need. Throw this away, and this is what you have so far. Okay, now what you're going to do here is take your round nose pliers and then make a loop outside, outwards. So take it, keep it at the tip, and then roll it upon itself, just like that. Do it on both sides. The loop seems to be of the same size. do it for both the pieces. If you want, you can mark your round nose place where you are making the loop, so that you will get a similar loop. Or you can use your bail making pliers. Bail making pliers deliver such like little bit of a bigger hole, so that's the reason I didn't want it. Then again, you take this bead buddy, put it on top of this number 6, and just reshape that. Okay, and then you have these, right? So then again, do the same for the other as well. Okay, see, it's more or less the same. So now what we are going to do is take your hammer and the bench block, and then you're going to hammer this part. So you can check these two by keeping on top of each other and checking if it is the right shape and stuff, which it is pretty much the same. That's all you need. Okay, just keep it. I don't want to hammer the loop part. Except the loop part, I want to hammer the entire thing, not by just I'm just stretching it out. I'm just hammering straight. I'm not doing this. I'm just doing this, and only on one side, not on both sides of the frame. By doing this, you will strengthen the frame. The frame won't lose its shape, and it's going to be a little bit loud, so I'm just going to mute this and then do it.
Wait, aren't you using your mic? Then you can mute the mic.
So once you have the frame ready, right, now we will make the jump ring. So the jump ring also we are going to make with the 18 gauge wire. So you have to straighten out the wire. You need the bail making pliers. You can also do it with the round nose pliers, but you would probably do one jump ring at a time. This is the easiest one to do. Take your mandrel. The smallest mandrel is what I used, and then I just go ahead and make a loop and keep coiling that loop on that mandrel until I'm done out of space. Okay, filled the entire mandrel with the wire. I am doing it until then. See the slow and steady motion. Do not rush this part. If you do, see, these are coated wires and you might mar the wire. Now you have this coil, and then you can just cut it up here. Okay, just like that. You have this coil right now, and then what you can do is you can just turn up your cutters and go ahead and you can just flush cut this end. Okay, and then go ahead and cut the second loop of the coil. That's one. Then flush cut this end, and then go ahead and cut the second one. You can also cut it just like that, it's fine. You will get jump rings out of it. But if you are doing a flush cut, that will give you a nice end. Okay, and this I can flush cut is what I feel. Okay, there we go. We have made our own jump rings. So now I have to hammer all of these jump rings as well. It's just not like hammering just 1 or 2 taps, that's more than enough just to flatten this up. Now is the time to take our beads. So just cut the strand off and take 7 beads. 6, 7, 2 for wrapping. So as you guys can see, they are very pretty light. When you do with anti-copper, it will look good. So I wanted to do actually with with silver, but I thought this color would look good. So I'm not cutting off from the spool. You can have like about say 2 feet of wire if you want to, but the easiest way I thought I would do is to add all the beads to the spool. I mean, not cut the wire from the spool, add the beads first. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. It's a very light color peach, and let me see if I have, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I just wrapped 12 times, 12 to 13 times from the start, and then I started wrapping the beads. But this frame seems to be slightly bigger than the other one. What I did in the that frame is I had a little bit less wire, and I did instead of doing the 6, I started with the 6 and I went ahead and did the 7. So that's why that's a little bit smaller than this. So maybe you need a little bit more, like maybe 2 more beads, or you can increase the wire wrap. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it. So 12 wouldn't cut it. Anchor the wire to the frame. Okay, just like that, and take the short tail and wrap it around. Okay, use your pliers. I like to use my pliers to wrap it because it's a very short tail and you won't get a tighter wrap, and also you haven't anchored it properly, so these wires may go back and forth. Now cinch that together, just like that. There we go. The coils need to be adjacent to each other. I hope you guys can see that. So now what you do is you have the frame. So that's 4. Okay. So count it, because you will have to do the same for the other side as well. So 6 in total. This is going to be the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, cinch it, 12, that's 13. So this is how much I did for this frame. But if you keep this frame on top of the, see how big it is, you will have to add one more bead in that case, or you will have to, you know, do more wraps. So I'm going to do, that's a 14, and that's a 15. Okay, 15 wraps, and then I put the bead, and I hope so I have enough bead. If not, I can cut it and then do it. It's not a big deal. So see this, you keep the bead on top of the frame and just hold the bead firmly, and then pull the wire tight and lock it into place. See how you see the wire coming? That's what you want. Just that, second and third. 3 loops in between every single bead is what I did, but you can reduce it to 2, that's fine, or you can do more, that's also fine. That's totally up to you. So then take the next bead, just hold it and pinch it with your fingers, and then do wrap once, twice, and 3 times. And take the bead. This is 26 gauge wire, nice and flimsy. It will do what you want it to be doing it, but don't put excessive force, you might break it. So this is how we are going to wrap. This is a fun part of this earring. So hold on to it and then enjoy the process. Do not rush through this. It's very, very pretty. I feel that the color combination is nice and complementing is what I feel. The peach color is very light, so the antique copper kind of complements it very well, I feel. I don't want my earrings to tarnish, so that's why I always use antique color. I feel those are the ones that will stand nicely, but you can also use bare copper, and then and you can actually use a pickle solution, and then you can do it. So I have some seed beads in here. Okay, so this is what I have so far, and you guys can see it needs one more bead to this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut about, say, here. Okay, because I didn't anticipate that I need more beads for the wrap. So about, say, here. Now it will be even on the sides, so that you will have to guess it. As I said, you can have just this much wrap and call it a day. That's also fine. That's absolutely no need and necessity. So if you keep it down here, you can see if you have one more right here, say this one here, it'll be way too much, right? So that's about, say, centered. I know there is normally odd number of beads is what we will go for. There is 7 beads in this, but there is 8 beads in this because the frame is slightly bigger. So we already have 3 wraps. This is the 4th, this is the 5th, and the 6th, 7, 8, 9, cinch it, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That's more than enough. Wrap, cinch that. That's about, say, right. Make it nice. And you can snip off this excess wire. And then tuck that short tail in. Just press it against the frame nicely so that it doesn't do the same with the wire that you started with as well. Make sure it's nice and tucked in, doesn't poke. There we go. We have one wrapped. We need the other one wrapped as well. So this side you can see the wire going on the side. Whichever side you prefer, you can have it. So then we will find this connector. I'll do this for the other earring as well, and I'll come back and show you guys what I got. Hi friends, welcome back. So I did 2 different sets of this connection beads. So I did one with a wrap loop. It feels a little bit heavy for me, even though I really like the wrap loop on the top. It feels a little bit heavy for me. I'll show you guys exactly how it looks on both. Here I have made just a simple loop, but once I join everything, we will get to know how it looks, and then we can decide, or you can decide how you want your earrings to be, whether with a wrap loop or with a simple basic loop. So this is our jump ring. So here we go. Open up this jump ring, and then first of all what we will do is open this loop up, because this is a basic loop, and then add this connector to this. Let me see how it looks with both, and then I'll show you guys how to make a wrap loop and a basic loop, whichever deems fit for us once we finish making this, right? Once we finish putting this together. So take the jump ring, okay, hold it with your pliers, let this come down, and then Add these two together and then close your jump ring shut. Go back and forth, twist and close. So this is how it looks. Actually it looks good if I'm not mistaken, and this would mean, let's see how it looks. Take our other jump ring, just make sure it's completely closed, and then open this up, and then open up this loop in the frame, add it to here, so we'll see how it looks. And then open up this loop, there we go. So now we shall take the jump ring and just make it fall down so that you know exactly where you need to do this. So here we go. So both look nice to me. Actually I feared that it won't look good. Actually both looks good in my opinion. So whichever you want to do, you can do it. Just create, hold on one sec, let me just finish this part completely and show you guys exactly how it will look with both the loops. So this is how it looks with the basic loop. So as you guys can see, this is how it looks with the basic loop. Actually this looks nice as well. I have no issues with this. And let me just open the loop up here. If you put this down exactly, you will know which side you need to put the jump ring in. There we go. See that? However you want your earrings to look like. I feel this is much more nicer than this, but if you want a shorter version you can do that. If you want a slightly longer version you can do this, is what I would feel. But if I had a 22 gauge wire, then I would have done that. So I'm thinking to go with this. So I'll show you guys exactly how I put together that. So take your 20 gauge wire. My beads fit through the 20 gauge wire, so I have no problems with it. But if it doesn't, then obviously you can use the 22 gauge wire, which is what is perfect for this wire wrap. So take these two beads, okay, flush cut the end, okay, and then add the bead to it. Take your round nose pliers, bend 1/4 of an inch to 90 degrees. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop. Once you made the loop just like that, then you bend the wire after the bead, okay, and then cut about, say, 1/4 of an inch, okay, and take your round nose pliers and make yourself a loop. So here is what your loop should be. So making sure that they face in the same direction is important, okay, just like that. We will do one more. Add the bead, bend the wire 1/4 of an inch, take it and then round nose pliers and wrap it upon yourself. You'll have this, and then push the wire down after the bead, cut about say here. So I just eyeball it. If you want, you can measure 1/4 of an inch and do it. So this might be slightly bigger, so I just cut a snip off. Okay, just like so. Making sure they face in the same direction. Hold with both pliers and straighten it out, just like that. So we are done with that part. All we need to do now is put together, take this off and put together the rest. So what I'm going to do here is open up this loop, take this off, so also open up the jump ring. Let's see where I have the jump ring. There we go. Open up the jump ring, open everything up, and this loop as well. So it's totally up to you how you want the look of your earring to be. So I like the look with the basic loop because, as I said, I don't have the 22 gauge wire in this. You can also use a different color wire, and mixed metal is in trend right now, so it will look really pretty nevertheless, but I chose to do a single metal in this earring. But if you think about it, right, I also add my ear wire here. If you think about it, I have used 2 colors of wire, 2 metals in that earring. The sample earring that I made, I have 2 metals. Let me tell you guys what I have here. I have bare copper and brass. So the frame is brass, okay, and the ear wire is brass as well, and the 22 gauge and the 26 gauge wire wrap is with bare copper. So I have mixed metals in this earrings as well. So but in this I didn't. It is all anti-copper to the end, and I really like the way this turned out to be. It's a very pretty earring. Try, it's like something that you'll be hooked on to, and you would want to do a lot of them in the same style. It's a really stunning design. I really like it a lot. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye.